You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome to Vocal Technologist. We're looking at the latest shifts in AI today.
It's moving incredibly fast.
Absolutely. We've got some really interesting material to unpack, big collaborations, surprising partnerships, and this whole growing world of intelligent agents.
Right. And what it all might mean for, well, for you interacting with technology.
Exactly. So let's start with the big players. We're seeing some major moves, aren't we?
Definitely. Take XAI, for instance. They've just put Grok 2.5 out there on Hugging Face open source.
And Grok 3 is supposedly only, what, 6 months away?
Yeah, that's incredibly fast. Shows the pace, making these powerful models more accessible.
But then you've got a different approach, Meta partnering with Midjourney, licensing their image and video generation stuff.
Yeah. That's a big strategic play. They're basically plugging Midjourney's engine into their own research, their future products.
It feels like a bet on the creator side of things within Meta, maybe, instead of building it all themselves.
Exactly. It suggests even giants like Meta realize that for certain specialized things, maybe licensing the best tech is quicker, perhaps more efficient than trying to build it from scratch.
Especially if you want to get it out fast.
Precisely. Time to market is key.
Okay, and speaking of unexpected moves, Apple. Talking to Google about using Gemini for Siri.
I know. That one really stands out, doesn't it?
It does. Apple's usually so. Walled garden about everything.
Totally. It seems like there's significant pressure maybe from investors and reports of delays in getting Siri updated internally.
So even Apple might have to buy in tech if they're falling behind.
Looks that way. It's a pragmatic choice when the market's moving this fast and maybe your own development isn't keeping up,
That really is a sign of the times. So, okay, these big companies are making deals, moving fast, but what are they actually building towards? This seems to lead us into the next big topic, Agentic AI.
Right, and this is where the conversation about, AGI, artificial general intelligence, is changing.
How so? It's not just about bigger language models anymore.
Not entirely, no. It's becoming more of an engineering problem, really. How do you build systems, agentic systems, that can manage lots of smaller, specialized AI agents working together?
So coordinating them is the key.
Exactly. Today's LLMs are powerful, sure, but they often lack the underlying structure. Things like really good context management, memory that persists, easy ways to integrate tools, and handling errors gracefully.
So you need the plumbing, not just the engine.
That's a good way to put it. You need the whole system architecture to let that intelligence actually do complex things autonomously.
Okay, can you give us an example? What does one of these agent frameworks look like in practice?
Well, there's Ajax, for example. It's built in Python, lets agents work directly with existing Python code and tools.
Right.
And the interesting part is they can kind of remember their sessions, like a programmer picking up where they left off. They can build their own little helper tools over time. They actually learn.
That sounds powerful. Any real-world examples of this in action?
There was this coding agent, Claude Code. They ran it basically unsupervised during a hackathon.
Okay.
And overnight, it made over 1,000 commits and managed to port 6 different code bases.
1,000 commits. Overnight. Wow.
It's a pretty stark demonstration of what these autonomous agents can start to do, right now.
That's genuinely staggering. And Google's leaning this way too, right? With their new Gemini modes.
Agent mode for autonomous tasks, Gemini Go for helping with ideas, immersive view for visual answers. It all points towards this more active agent-driven future.
But if these agents are doing so much juggling tasks, how do they keep track of what's important? You mentioned context management earlier.
Yes, context. That's often the hardest piece of the puzzle.
Why is that? Don't these models have huge context windows now? They can remember a lot.
They do, but that can almost be a trap. Just because you can stuff loads of information in doesn't mean you should. It's like giving someone a massive pile of documents when they only need 3 specific facts.
It just creates noise.
Exactly. Every bit of information, every token, influences the model's behavior. So the real skill is making sure everything in the context window is actually relevant and needed for the task at hand. It requires really careful design. Sloppy context leads to, sloppy results.
Makes sense. Precision is key. So, wrapping this up then, we've seen these huge industry shifts, collaborations, and this really rapid rise of agentic AI. What should you, listening now, take away from all this?
Well, the tools are changing incredibly quickly, these new capabilities, especially with agents. They could fundamentally change how you interact with tech, how you work, maybe even how you tackle problems day to day.
So it's worth thinking about how you might use these more autonomous tools.
Definitely. And it brings up bigger questions, too. As these agents get better at learning and acting on their own, and as companies pool resources, what does that mean for the partnership between humans and AI?
What new questions should we be asking ourselves about that relationship right now?
Precisely.
That's a fantastic thought to leave everyone with. Thanks for breaking all that down today.
My pleasure. Always exciting to talk about this stuff.
And thank you for tuning in. Hopefully these insights are useful as you navigate the fast-evolving world of AI.
Spoken Tech for your ears.